Several Catholic high school students and a few parents are lawyering up after the students were kicked out of a Smithsonian Museum last month. The Greenville, South Carolina group was in D.C. for the March for Life, and they were asked to leave the National Air and Space Museum because of the pro-life message on their hats. Joining us tonight with more on this is Olivia Summers, Senior Litigation Counsel for the American Center for Law and Justice. Olivia, great to be with you today. I know that you're representing 6 of these students and a few of the parents as well. What do they say happened?
Yeah, so we've actually added to our numbers and have a few more than that now, but they're saying that what happened is after they attended the 50th Annual National March for Life, they decided to go into the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. Upon entering, they were told that they needed to remove their hats, which were these bright blue beanies that had the words rosary and pro-life written on them. They were hats that helped them identify each other in a large group, as well as spoke out about their pro-life beliefs. Upon entering, they did take off their hats because they thought it was a security measure. But once they got through security, they saw many other people in the museum had hats on, other political symbols, including pride flag, masks, things like that. So they put their hats back on so they could identify each other. About 3 or 4 students were going through the Wright brothers exhibit in the museum, and they were told by 2 security guards again that they needed to take their hats off. So they kind of pushed back and said, you know, why we're wearing these to identify one another in a crowd. And they were allowed to continue, but eventually they were approached by a 3rd security guard who told them, you've been told multiple times to take your hats off. You haven't done it. You need to leave, or you need to take your hats off. You cannot be wearing those when you're in here. And the students, I give them all the credit. They pushed back and they said, you know, this is a violation of our First Amendment. We have a right to this speech. Why do we have to take them off? Other people are wearing expressive items. And the guard told them that it was a neutral zone, that he wasn't trampling on their First Amendment rights, but that they needed to leave or take their hats off.
Unbelievable. I mean, you know, what is it about these hats that was so offensive? You know, a beanie that says Rosary Pro-Life embroidered on it. Seems like a positive message to me.
Well, you know, in this country, the pro-life position is not well received by a lot of people. Just those words alone were not enough to set off these security guards.
All right, Olivia. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it, and we'll keep on top of this case and check in with you later. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.